It's a freaking powerful device. This is DJI Osmo Pocket. I believe you know it already. An amazing gimbal, the possible smallest gimbal at this moment. You can find a smaller one, and it's a gimbal, a real gimbal, 3-axis stabilization. You would say, well, I can go for a GoPro 7, why not? Indeed, the GoPro 7 has almost the stabilization system like a gimbal, but don't forget, in every description it's that word almost like a gimbal. So you can't replace a real gimbal when you take videos. It doesn't matter how good is that camera, the software, you can't replace this. So my advice, if you want amazing video shots, go for a gimbal. Either is this or the classic a bigger gimbal for a smartphone or camera. Take a gimbal if you want amazing videos. Let's discuss about minuses and pluses, about problems and advantages with this device. First of all, the battery. This is the main topic of this discussion. As you can know, the battery is not replaceable. You would say, well, after 1 year, 2 years, what will happen with this tiny battery? Indeed, after 2 years, for example, the battery will have problems, will not have the same capacity, and it's possible to be that you will need to replace it. But keep in mind, you will use an amazing device for 2 years. Maybe some of you will buy next year the next generation. I believe this year will appear, will be launched. You can replace the battery. You have to remove this plastic. You will buy another battery and replace it here. It's not a too difficult operation. Um, or you can go to a service. The battery should not concern you, because you have the possibility to use an external power bank. So if you connect an external power bank here with USB type C, you will be able to take videos indefinitely. It depends how big is that external battery. So the battery, in my opinion, it's not a problem. Indeed, this internal battery has a lifetime cycle up to 400, 500 recharges. After that, it will lose its capacity. Anyway, it's not a worry for me, because I can replace it any time in the future. And let's get there, because the future, it's a mystery. It has a veil, and if you want to remove it, what will you get? No gimbal, nothing, just in a search for future. Anyway, what else can I say about this tiny device? What problems it has? Well, nothing major. What I don't like is that I don't have here or here a physical button to control the gimbal. I have to use the screen, the touch screen, to move the gimbal up and down. I know there is a remote that can be inserted here, but that remote, it's huge. It's something like this and this, and it's huge. Um, I don't say that it has almost the price of I don't know, almost half of this device. It's too expensive. I would really like to have on this gimbal a button here to control the movement. Anyway, it's not a huge problem. Also, another problem, when you connect this gimbal to your smartphone, you can't recharge it. So if you are using this gimbal with a smartphone, you can't charge your gimbal. It's not very good. I don't know why. Maybe an future software update will fix that. Also, a huge problem that you will see a lot of discussions on the official web page. It's why when we connect this gimbal to a smartphone, this gimbal will charge the smartphone. So if I connect the Osmo Pocket to my Galaxy Note 9, it will charge that huge battery. So the phone will drain power from this tiny battery. It's it's a disaster, in my opinion. But DJI is not to be blamed because they can't do anything related to this problem. It's an Android problem. So when you connect a device like this to a smartphone with Android, the Android will take power from the device connected. I don't know, you can't change that even in developer settings. It's a problem with the Android devices. For example, if you connect this device to an Apple, they fixed that problem. This device won't charge the smartphone. It's not normal. It would be normal to be it would be normal that the smartphone to charge the gimbal, and not in this way gimbal is charging the smartphone. Anyway, maybe the Android developers with the next generation of Android will fix this problem, and they will give us an option at least to turn it off. So these are the problems, the minuses in my opinion with this gimbal. Otherwise, it's an amazing device. You'll get the best camera in the pocket every time, anywhere. It's very easy to start it. For example, in just 2 seconds you have the camera on, as you can see here. This is the control of the gimbal, as I said, up and down. So a fantastic camera. I don't have anything negative with huge impact on this device. My experience with this device is fantastic. Battery, well, indeed it's too small, but I use an external battery, and that isn't a problem. A gimbal like this will be always the best choice. It doesn't matter what camera you will buy. If it's not a gimbal, then your footage, your video can't compare with this one. So this 3-axis stabilization, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm really glad that something like this is available on the market and we can buy it. I'm really glad that the price is not overpriced. I know at this moment this gimbal seems to have a huge price. Indeed, it's a big amount of money, but keep in mind that you'll get this amazing technology, this amazing gimbal. You have all you need in such a tiny device. You have one of the best cameras, you have a touch screen, you have a gimbal. This is the whole idea, because if you would buy only a camera, well, it's just a camera. But here we have a gimbal with a camera on it, and it's a super tiny one, super small device. Uh, this is what I love about it. If this gimbal would be something like this or a bigger one, then it's a no for me, because I would prefer the classic gimbal for smartphone or camera. But this one, it's super amazing. It's a freaking powerful device. What can I say? It has some minuses. I know, no replaceable battery, no button here to control the gimbal, but you can control it from the screen. From here, you can control it. You can connect this device to your smartphone. This is another feature, a great feature, and you'll get a huge screen, a joystick. um, I don't find other negative aspects. Some of you would say, well, there's no Bluetooth, there's no Wi-Fi. Indeed, you can buy an external adapter for it, but keep in mind that you have a super small battery. If you would use an Wi-Fi, a Bluetooth connection, the battery will drain immediately. Um, Maybe with an external battery will be okay, but at this moment I don't need the Wi-Fi, I don't need the Bluetooth, I don't need the accessories, for example the Wi-Fi adapter or the remote here. I don't need them. I just need this amazing camera and this gimbal. That's it. Nothing else at this moment. Basic features. Bye.